Hey yo, T King Fight News. Let's talk about the DuckTales of Keith Thurman. So let's call this one DuckTales Volume 1. T King Fight News, got more on this. Alright, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about Keith, one time, sometime. Keith on borrowed time, Thurman. He really took a page out of Floyd Mayweather's book. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if it was Floyd Mayweather that started this shit, but he took a page out of Floyd Mayweather's book and failed miserably. Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about real soon. Alright, let's get into it. And what Keith Thurman did, in my opinion, was just as bad as when Manny Pacquiao went on his quote-unquote reign of terror, conquering weight divisions, but really picking the most suitable style and opposition for him to beat. This to me is just as bad as being the catchweight king. Well, I don't know if it's that bad, but it's quite severe when you're a unified champion. If you're Keith Thurman, you're a unified champion. You just beat Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. You've undoubtedly stated your claim as being the number one welterweight. And what happens? You take 2 years off and go on a semi-retirement almost as an effort to let the welterweight division sort of clear itself out, so you can pick the bones. Chill for a minute and go right back in there with Manny Pacquiao, like you don't have to fight anybody. Well, how'd that shit work out for you? At least Floyd played it smart, man. You know what Floyd did, right? There was a time. Let's talk about Floyd for a second. Alright, as I said, let's talk about what Floyd did. What did Floyd do? Back in the day, let's and I'm going off the top here. So what did Floyd do when your boy Miguel Cotto was on the rise at 147? Now let's get Miguel Cotto's record straight. He was making his case as being the number one welterweight, the number one guy at 147. And I know a lot of people want to bring back when Floyd was with Top Rank. Well, guess what? When Floyd left Top Rank, Miguel Cotto was taking names down. He took out Zab Judah, knocked him out more impressively than Floyd did in that fight with Zab Judah. He beat Shane Mosley. Correct me if I'm wrong. Miguel Cotto beat Shane Mosley before Floyd beat Shane Mosley. Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all ain't gonna like that. Yo, if you're a Floyd Mayweather fan, you ain't gonna like this one. I'll tell you that right now. Miguel Cotto beat a better version of Shane Mosley than the Shane Mosley that fought Floyd Mayweather. But guess what? A lot of people want to say that was such a close fight. Maybe Shane Mosley won that fight. Well, fuck, man. It should have been Floyd in there fighting Shane Mosley. Guess what Floyd was doing? Guess what Floyd was doing at that time? Oh, he retired. Right? Like Keith Thurman did. Keith Thurman said, you know what? Except at least he had the fuck to say, Well, he faked the injury for 2 years. He faked the injury for 2 years and traveled around shit, basically on a semi-retirement. Then he came back, fought Manny Pacquiao, and failed miserably. Meanwhile, what did Floyd do? He ended up fighting Cotto, but before that, man, if I remember correctly, he came back and fought Juan Manuel Marquez, if I'm not mistaken. Fought Juan Manuel Marquez, and then when Shane Mosley had sort of conquered, found a way to get himself a big win again, then he picked Shane Mosley to fight. And tell me if I'm wrong. It's E-King Fight News. And, moral of the story, if you're Keith Thurman, the fuck, you take a fucking tune-up before you get in there with a real beast. With a quote-unquote all-time great fight. Like, you take a tune-up. Take a tune-up, buddy. Because you ain't that good, man. So it's E-King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we gone.